All right, so I'm cruising through the second coat, and watching back Todd's videos, you can put a lot more product on these. I don't want to waste product, but I want to get good coverage. I'm just flying through it now, worried less about getting the exact layer and more worried about getting the whole surface covered, because then I can come back and wipe off the excess. And that's why I was using the suede applicator, because the suede applicator is a lot easier to control the amount of coating that's going on the wheel. But this allows me to make sure I get all the areas of the wheel a little easier. And so both these wheels, I did these two in about 6 or 7 minutes each, where with the suede applicator it took me more like 15 minutes to do. I'm not sure why. It's probably just chemically this gives you more time to work with. So I don't have to rush to wipe it off. And in fact, I think it's better that you give it more time sitting on the wheels before you come wipe the excess off, because it never really gets gummy. A lot of coatings you'll feel it kind of get grabby, which means it's drying, which means that usually once you get to that point, it's not coming off. So this gives you confidence to go through, get coverage everywhere, let it set up, and then come back and wipe the excess off, and then let it do its thing for a few hours, and then come back and top it with whatever you want to top it with. So once again, my intention here is to put 2 coats on. So I let a solid 3 hours in between coats. 2.5 hours. While I was messing around with the lights, went and had lunch, came back, and I'm finishing it up now. And it's super humid out here too. And I haven't noticed any issues at all with application. It's been a breeze. It's been even easier with this thing. All right, so that layer's done. So I'm going to wipe off this one while that one sets up. So remember, after you're done with this application, this towel is done. So I'm going to fold it. Use the other side. Man, this is so easy to do. So much easier than anything else I've ever used. Now granted, this is a pretty easy project because my wheels are brand new. So I'm not buffing off the wheel here. I'm just wiping so that I get any high spots, so I have a nice even layer of coating. Because if a high spot sets up, it's not coming off, if it cures.
Dad, have you seen the kittens today?
No.
Me and Mama think they died.
Uh-oh.
Because I haven't seen them yesterday or today.
Oh no, Rai.
Or Chloe.
That would be terrible. So on these gloss black wheels, they really don't look any different, but theoretically they should bead better. So there you go, done. All right, so let's finish. Normally you would spray this on the towel, but because the wheels have so many different cracks and crevices and areas, I'm going to spray it directly on the wheel. Just a single spritz. This is one of those products, now I haven't used this one before, but since it's so much like I'm guessing it's very similar to all the other sacrificial layer type products. So I guess I should do the face first. You know, this is, I'm assuming, very much like CarPro Reload. When we get it on the surface, this is a spray sealant that just tops the layers of coating that we put on the surface already. So again, I let the Kamikaze, I let it cure. Now I haven't tested this and I don't really know if this is the right thing to do, but I'm assuming this is how most of them work. That now, after letting it cure, I'm able to put this on the wheel. So now I effectively have 3 layers of protection. You know, they talk about layers of coatings, and really I'm pretty certain that most of the time the chemicals, the resin delivery that these things use, it sort of reacts with itself and removes part of it. So it's not, so if you put 3 coats on, you're not getting 3 effective coats. It's not 3 times as thick, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, second coats, it seems much more logical. The reason that I'm interested in a second coat is largely because if I miss the spot, I'm gonna hit the spot and make sure that we're good. All right, so there's one wheel. I'm gonna let these sit out open overnight, and then tomorrow I'll box them back up. Jeez, after touching these wheels 3 times, I'm getting tired of wiping them off, as you might imagine. So, you know, you could do the same process to satin wheels as well. You know, obviously it doesn't come out as shiny. Now, I don't detect that kind of slimy coating looking, or that weird synthetic look that most coatings have. It looks pretty good. So that's the process for doing Kamikaze Stance, or really, I guess, any kind of coating to your wheels. Some other, this was easier than certainly C-Quartz, easier than OptiCoat, and although the wheels are pretty shiny to begin with, I think the results are probably better. And then we'll have to assess it for durability, we'll have to assess it for longevity, and then how does it bead, you know, how does it actually protect the wheels. But so far so good. The application has certainly been the easiest of any coating that I've ever used. So maybe I ought to listen to my friends like DJ Mayo, Bradley Nielsen, the guys who are better than me. I should probably start listening instead of using some of my old school tried and true stuff. Step it up to a better product. I think we could add this to that list. Easier application. Looks very much like wax. And then great supporting products like Overcoat to come and maintain it with. So what I'm most likely going to use as a drying aid on the wheels is going to be Polish Angel Cosmic Spritz, which will add another layer of protection periodically. That product is designed to work with silicone and titanium dioxide coatings. So this could be the start of my foray into coating only. You know, part of my apprehension has been the look and the pain you got to go through to get the coating to go on properly. And so my intention is to build out a system for myself that then in turn I can share with everybody who's interested, in the form of providing you one-click solutions, much like a pressure washer, and I'm headed down that same path with a air compressor, compressed air, and air drying system. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. I know this is a long one, but hopefully useful in you caring for your own wheels. You could certainly do this with wheels that you've been using for a while. You just take them off. Obviously, you'd add the steps of, I started from just wiping down with prep or IPA. You would have to add in really decontamination, iron removal, clay bar, auto scrub, something like that. Then you would do the prep, whether you do CarPro Eraser, Geon Prep, isopropyl alcohol, something like that. Then next, again, we would follow with our coating, doing a single coat, let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes, come with the high spots off, and this stuff does remarkably well at disappearing, either evaporating, either bonding, evaporating, leveling, whatever you want to call it. This stuff does a fantastic job, better than anything I've ever seen at really, there's very little to remove, even the second coat that I caked on. And so I did the first coat pretty lean and light as I'm learning the product. It's better safe than sorry. I can attest to put more product on if you want to make sure you hit all the areas. So you could lay it on a little thicker and not have to worry about coming back and removing it after the fact. So again, you do the wheel, you let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes, you come back, you wipe it down, let it sit for 1 or 2 hours, do the same thing over again. You can also do it to your calipers or other areas. You can do exhaust tips as well, and other metal parts. I also hit the center caps, so the center caps have been done, and so now we have protected, clean, protected, coated, protected wheels that should hold up for multiple years. On this car, it should really hold up forever because I'm not going to be driving it very often. And the conditions it's going to see are going to be pretty minimal. So I'll hit it with some Kamikaze Overcoat on a regular basis, maybe once every 6 months, to act as a sacrificial layer. Hopefully, I'll help keep water spotting off the wheels, and then we'll also probably hit with some sort of drying aid to reduce any chance of scratching. So anyway, thanks for watching this one, this old school Matt Mormon video, this old school Chess Garage video. These are great products. I don't have them yet. Right now, the best place to get them, the only place to get them, is at Todd and Zach and Dan at Esoteric. Great guys, and they ship. They ship this stuff if they have it. They usually ship it same day or next day. It's really expensive, but it goes a long way. My guess is this little bottle, this little 100 ml bottle of Kamikaze Overcoat will last a long time. I mean, I did 4 wheels and 2 calipers, and I probably sprayed 5 sprays or 15 sprays maybe. So anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more of this crazy stuff. What happens when the force pulls you back, your foot naturally comes off the gas. You have to keep your foot to the floor, foot to the floor.